There was a New York Times article, just came out, about the crime surge that we're dealing with right now all throughout American cities. Crime is going through the roof. And they just can't understand why. It doesn't make, the left last year defunded the police, tried to abolish the police in some cases, let criminals off the hook for their crimes, let a lot of criminals out of jail, and said that they wouldn't enforce the law. And now crime is going up. It's a real head scratcher. I can't, maybe it's something about the virus. I don't know. Maybe that's a symptom of COVID as people get more violent. So the New York Times can't make sense of this. The closest they get is they say, quote, the fallout from the 2020 racial justice protests and riots could have contributed to the murder spike. Police officers, scared of being caught in the next viral video, may have pulled back on proactive anti-violence practices. Is anyone out there, maybe if you're writing in the comments, could anyone translate that into English for me? The police may have pulled back on proactive anti-violence policies. I guess every word there is English, but when you put it all together, that doesn't seem to make a coherent sentence. It's just a bunch of pretentious jargon and mealy-mouthed language trying to avoid something. I guess, they're trying to avoid the obvious, which is if you want crime to go down, I'll simplify this as best I can. Want crime down? Arrest criminals. Crime go down, criminals go prison. Is that simple enough for the New York Times? I don't know if they can get it through their heads. You know about Helix. I've talked about Helix for years. They make these great beds. Well, now Helix is moving beyond just mattresses. They are starting to make sofas, and they've just launched a new company called Allform. They're making premium, customizable sofas and chairs shipped right to your door. So what makes an Allform sofa really cool? Well, for starters, it's the easiest way you can customize a sofa using premium materials at a fraction of the cost of traditional stores. You can pick your fabric, and it's spill, stain, scratch resistant, really great fabric. You pick the sofa color, the color of the legs, the sofa size, the shape. You make sure that it is perfect for you and your home, tailored exactly to your tastes. They've got armchairs and love seats, all the way up to an 8-seat sectional, so there's something for everyone, and you can always start small and buy more seats later on. Allform sofas are also delivered directly to your door. They've got simple, quick assembly, no tools needed. If getting a sofa without trying it in store sounds a little risky, you do not need to worry. You get 100 days to decide if you want to keep it. That's more than 3 months. And if you don't love it, they'll pick it up for free and give you a full refund. They also have a forever warranty, literally forever. And Allform is offering 20% off all orders for our listeners at allform.com/Knowles. To find your perfect sofa, check out allform.com/Knowles. The New York Times can't figure out why crime is going up after we defunded the police and let all the criminals off the hook. So they're onto something though. They've got a lead. Here's their lead. They say, these 3 factors could have played into each other. The pandemic might have driven more people to violence. You know, the pandemic. You know that virus when someone says, oh, my body's aching. I got this cough. I really want to just rob a Nike store. Oh, yeah, oh, gosh, with all these aches and pains, and I lost my sense of smell and taste. Let me go stick up a family on the street. Yeah, that, I don't know, I feel impelled to do that. So they say it's the pandemic could have done it. The police might have been able to prevent at least some of the violence if they had remained proactive or had worked better with the public. So if the police had just done their jobs, like we wouldn't let them do, then we probably wouldn't be in this mess right now. Well, you're the ones, New York Times and liberals, you're the ones who said the police shouldn't do their jobs. But now you're blaming them for not doing their jobs. You wouldn't let them do their jobs. Well, they have an answer. You see that's in the last part of the sentence. They say, or if they'd worked better with the public. So if the police hadn't forced us to force them to stop doing their jobs, then they could have done their jobs. It'd all be better. It's their fault. Police, if you just hadn't made me so angry, then we wouldn't be in this position. Seems a little unfair. I don't think that reason and argument quite works. And then finally they say, without so many guns, what violence did occur could have ended up less deadly. It's the guns' fault. It's the guns. It's the virus's fault. It's the cops' fault. It's the inanimate objects' fault. What's the only group that the New York Times is not blaming for the surge in crime? It's, hold on. Oh, the criminals. It's the criminal. It's not, the criminals bear no responsibility. And the leftist politicians who let all the criminals off the hook and out of jail, they bear no responsibility. It's the cops and the inanimate objects and a coronavirus from China. I don't know. Listen, I'm not one of these geniuses who works at the very fancy New York Times. I do not have advanced degrees in criminology or anything like that. But it seems simple enough to me. The New York Times actually has gotten into this trouble before. I think it was Fox Butterfield, their reporter, who would have headlines decades ago. He'd have headlines in the New York Times that would say things like, the crime rate continues to fall despite prisons filling. Despite. As though this would be unexpected, that when you throw criminals in jail, the crime rate goes down. As though maybe there's no way that these things could have anything to do with one another. Hey, you. Thanks for being here. I'm glad to see you. I always like seeing you when you come around these parts. Unfortunately, sometimes our pals here in the big tech world don't want to give you notifications about these new videos. So to maximize your chance of getting the notifications, ring that bell, subscribe. Also, if you want to get the unvarnished, uncensored, too hot for big tech version of the show, head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Type in The Michael Knowles Show, subscribe for free, and leave a 5-star review. We'll see you then.